Bharat Jodo Yatra. I really wanted to speak to somebody at a senior level at the BJP. This is on a personal note.
Jerome, there is an inherent dichotomy between Rahul Gandhi and the words Bharat Jodo. So you imagine somebody. There are there are many weird things with the planning of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. You imagine Rahul Gandhi is spending 19 days in Kerala, if I'm not mistaken. Is the BJP strong enough in Kerala? No.
No,
So is he trying to avoid BJP? Does he
it
know that
looks.
he can't? Does he know that he can't compete with the BJP? So therefore, he wants to ensconce himself in a state where he has no competition. Secondly, if he's spending 19 days in Kerala, what is the biggest threat? Where does the biggest threat in Kerala come from? The PFI.
Absolutely.
Has he uttered a word against PFI, or do you expect him to utter a word against PFI? Is he? Do you expect him to speak against love jihad? So how can he, connect, or how can he do Bharat Jodo where he is so soft towards forces that are inimical to the country? So when he meets that Pastor Punappa, who had
Pannaya.
humiliated, insulted Bharat Mata, the insatiable craving in him to hobnob with forces that are inimical to Bharat Mata and then to claim that he's on a Bharat Jodo Yatra, I think that makes a mockery of the entire Yatra. I think it is very clearly a gimmick to usher in the next generation of Gandhis into the Congress fold, and that is why you suddenly saw the emergence of Robert Vadra's poster. So if he pulls off Bharat Jodo Yatra, it will not lead to any benefit for the Congress party, but yes, it might lead to some benefit for the family, where they will be ready to usher in the next generation of Vadras into the Gandhi leadership in a party leadership fold.
In fact, what I wanted to add was this. I somehow had a very strong feeling that the BJP has infiltrated the Congress because every speech that Rahul Gandhi makes turns out to be a hilarious speech. Uh, I'm asking you, it's an unofficial question. Has somebody infiltrated the Congress to write such hilarious speeches?
No, the thing is, even if you were to write a speech for him, he might end up making the same goof ups. I think the problem is about him being preoccupied with some other things, things which compel him to be out of the country for a very long time, and then he lands up in the country right on the eve of a rally. So I think the mind is somewhere else, the priorities are elsewhere. So in that situation, even if you were to write his speech, at the end of the day, he would not read and he would make the same goof up. So for that matter, he might read and make the same goof ups.
I
So I think Congress and Rahul Gandhi are incorrigible. They're beyond redemption. They are beyond repair. And I think that's a fact which many senior congressmen have realized, and that's the reason why they're moving out.
Yeah, but
In fact, the exodus of senior and responsible congressmen from the party sometimes reminds me of the way civilians were fleeing Taliban. They were climbing on the
aircraft.
aircrafts, and so I think anybody who sees a future for himself in politics, or any well-meaning person, would just want to flee away from the party, which is what is happening.
What saddens me also is that due to Rahul Gandhi's presence, there seems to be a very weak opposition. And for a healthy democracy, it's important to have a strong opposition.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.